Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM22. It's career mode, and this is episode 106. We're at the Giro, and our fight to get back in this thing continues on. We have made progress with that, but it has been an uphill battle. Speaking of uphill battles, it's stage 16. We're heading out. Piccioni on a +2. Can we get him in the breakaway today? We'll find out here in a moment. Getting him out there first could be a good way to make that happen. We're now looking at a +4 for Martinez, which is a +1 on his expected race day condition. Piccioni, I think he's a +1 on his expected. So this could be a good day for us. He's got Tiberi with him, and so far they've made about 30 seconds progress. At the moment, it looks like they're being chased. These are not guys trying to get in the break. This is a group chasing the front two down. So Piccioni from 12th. No, those are guys just straight up attacking. Yeah, seriously. We are still off the front here. There's 11 off the front now. Your guy has made it to the front. Okay, they are not chasing right now, but we're also not making progress. And we're already climbing. So Piccioni, see if these guys can make it back up there. Here comes another handful of riders, but the gaps are opening. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. I still got a couple guys coming forward. Panamar has made it. Gonzalez on a -50 billion 5 today. And we have made it out there, and the group is starting to let up. Easing off, 2-minute advantage. So Piccioni in the break today. If that group survives, he will gain time. If not, his 12th place very much could be in jeopardy, but it depends on when they are caught, if that is going to be the case. But let's get these guys sorted real quick. Gonzalez, ouch, ouch, ouch. He's only 23rd now anyway, so let's go ahead and start with sacrificing him. We've got Garzone. And then, how we looking? We got Chergai, we've got McKellar, 79 today. That's nice. Yeah. It's nice, but Chergai is nicer. And Piccioni is looking fine at a 71. 17, 320 is their advantage. Let's get these guys set up how I would. It's on a climb. There you go. Focus on Piccioni. 3.5-minute advantage. He's definitely gone deeper than a lot of the guys here in this group. And we're looking at Tiberi, Carthy, Koos, Peters, Plumer. And we're down to 12 in the group. There's guys that just aren't cutting it. 5.5K to go. Piccioni could be out of energy before the top of this climb because of what it took to get into the group. We're going to sit on for now. It's down to 6. Piccioni nearly out. Now it's back up to 10. You're going to stay more likely if I continue to contribute. We have been dropped. We have been dropped. Can we recover on the descent? Getting up with Tiberi. That makes perfect sense. Two of the better climbers, but even though they make it most of the way up, they don't actually make it. Short stage, 108K. Go ahead and get water, and let's get back here and send somebody to get... Oh, Bausch got dropped. Man. Okay, down to 75. So Bausch was covering somebody. Let's go ahead and switch that up, and let's go ahead and get water with Chergai. I think I did that backwards. I want McKellar protecting him, but we're only 43 seconds behind these guys, but we've also only recovered by so much. Can we get back in contact with that front 7? We have a 3.5-minute advantage, but it's just Tiberi and I at this point. Still a good chance to gain some time here on the stage. Down to 30 seconds. Now there's 3 of us chasing. That's a good thing. Coming together, making it stronger. Almost there, 20 seconds. And back in contact. Good. Piccioni not fully recovered though. Verona out of the race. 76 left in the Peloton and 3:15. 3:15 back, so they've recovered 15 seconds. 15 seconds is all. Gonzalez in his -5 is struggling. The water was done. It's taken care of over this climb on the descent as Zana comes from way back and then attacks. We're at 10 riders in the front group. Piccioni will contribute, but only loosely. We very much are playing two games here with Piccioni. We're thinking about time. And he's got to contribute to help with the time part. But at the same time, if he contributes, he's potentially taking himself out of the race. Down to 6 in the group. 4 dropped off. The guys that can't climb as well, a few of them regain contact. One guy who probably caused the split out the back. Piccioni, it's 8K to go to the top. I think we are now going to just sit on for him, not contributing, not going for the KOM. And for whatever reason, not quite keeping up with these guys very well today. Down to 8. 6K, and he's already very low on energy. Meanwhile, back here, we're looking at Gonzalez, almost out, so gel up for him. Piccioni might just make it to the top, maybe. 3K. At the top, I would expect somebody's going to attack for KOM points. Bit of an acceleration here with 2K to go, and that sees us getting the drop. 99 from here. Gap, look at the gap. It's out to 6:45. Yes, sir. We are going to gain some time today, I think, but we have got to make contact with this guy in front of us here. It's 2 minutes behind us, but this guy is just ahead, so we're going to push. We're going to push and try to bridge that gap to that guy so we can ride together. 15 seconds is all, and it's a 2.5 minute gap behind. Panamar and Gonzalez have both been dropped, so we're down to 4. We're going to have to restructure that group here shortly. And this guy is a difficult chase at the moment. Get your water. And then let's sort out what we're going to do here. Chergai and McKellar. We're going to protect the other two. That's the obvious thing. Protect. And McKellar, go get the water. As I had done that one backwards. I protected McKellar instead of Chergai and did not fix that. Piccioni is not a very good descender. I think that's why Junkier has been a difficult catch. He's a 78 base. 80 mountain for him too. This group is really strong here. He can catch this guy on the flat pretty quickly and then sit on. 54K. One thing I forgot to do, put those guys on auto. There you go. McKellar still coming back with the water. It's difficult on a descent such as this. Piccioni gets to pedal a little bit, close that gap back down a little bit. Just need to make contact with this one guy. Let's go, sprint. Get up there, Piccioni, because you can still recover on the descent. There we go, okay. Sitting on, getting that recovery, get that heart rate back down. We will contribute. 53 seconds behind the front 6. There we go, recovery, 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 and we're good. We're good. Okay. Now, ready to contribute. Not crazy contribution, please. Thank you. 46 seconds behind the front group, but 6 minutes ahead. 6 minutes ahead. Great opportunity to gain some time. 53 left in the Peloton, by the way. And again, it's the 4 riders. It's 3 minutes to Panamar, so I don't think Panamar is going to get back up there. Gonzalez most certainly is not. He's just garbage today. And we are working harder than the front 6 because there's, 2 guys working versus 6 guys working. Really nice if we can make that contact and get up there. 35 seconds now. This guy's chasing hard. Oh, I love it. Love to see it. Sitting on. Piccioni back in the front group. Down on some energy, which is going to make him tired compared to these guys, so we're going to sit on. Little descent to recover before you begin the final climb. Speaking of, we are looking at 22 kilometers. 22 kilometers. Oh, no. Come on! Jeez. Piccioni loses 2 minutes. Crashing on the slippery surface. That guy's not working. It's Carthy. Carthy doesn't want to work, really. We lost 3 minutes. We lost 3 minutes there and are now suddenly just 2.5 minutes ahead of the Peloton. Just, already in sight. You gotta be effing kidding me. Right? Just ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous. I swear I have the worst luck on this game. Man, okay. Well, it's now a group of 3. But only a minute and a half ahead. The other 2 guys aren't working at all. I think we gotta ease off and just get swallowed up, and we'll protect Piccioni and Martinez. Is that an attack? Is that 6th place overall? KOM leader. Gels on these 2 riding protection. Piccioni's nearly been caught. Oh, we're definitely not working with this guy. Front group, he'd still be in it. He wouldn't have been dropped. Krantz. Anybody responding? Lotto Sidal? Okay, Lotto Sidal is. For once, there's help, there's support. 23. Okay, they caught back up. Next attack, that's Vlasov. Lotto Sidal still trying to control. McKellar, Piccioni. Piccioni's losing time today. Because of the crash, not because... Okay, these guys are done. McKellar needs to ride support. Garzon, Martinez. There's 9 riders left. Garzon. Definitely riding support here as McNulty. Do we have any? It's 6K. This is not... Martinez, I don't think, can be attacking for 6K. It's going to ease off a little bit on the flat here. Garzon, what can we do, man? What can we do? Buitrago's here. Garzon's about to fade. Down to 4. It's going to be 3 now. Garzon out. Martinez. Okay, we're going to no, we're not regaining contact. Not entirely. Jeez, I thought he was right here. Krantz and Zvestad Bardseng, and McNulty. The 3 of them have just gone crazy. The last 2 from the break up there. Thought he was right here. 3.5K. That's gel. Can we attack these 2? And no, they're going to bridge that gap anyway. Vlasov pulls it back together. And Martinez hangs in there with some of these guys barely hanging on. But Martinez is almost in that barely hanging on group now as well. There's Krantz. 1.4K. We have something at least for the finish line. We can gain some seconds. 1K. 1K. Starting to see the push. There's the last 2 from the break. That could have been Piccioni. Martinez, 300 meters, attacking the rest. 8th on the stage, 6th in kind of competition-wise. Positioning. Piccioni is sprinting for the end, and he's got nothing left here. He's losing time. That sucks on the Piccioni part. That crash could not have come at a worse time. In a worse manner. With a bigger impact. I mean, he lost 2 minutes, and in 5 seconds before I realized that Carthy was not working, and I had switched him to sitting on instead of working. We'd been working the whole damn time. So in that 5 seconds of realization, the 2 minutes turned into 3. That was just way too much time loss. And then by the time he comes back to the group, he's been out front all day. So then he's got nothing to hang on. He loses a bunch of time, finishing 27th today. Martinez, though, it's a good day. It's a good day. And that's going to help his position in the standings for sure. The endless amounts of energy of those around us, though, is always a challenge. Always a challenge. You have to be significantly better, and you need that +4, +5 to have any sort of chance. Support wasn't there greatly at the end, but it was almost there. It was there for most of it, and that's what allowed us to get a good finish, but definitely not to go off and do, as Vested Bart saying, attacks and attacks and attacks, and never runs out of energy and still attacks at the finish line. I choose to play on that difficulty. I reap the consequences of my choices. Well, that puts time all over the place. So we were 8th at 2:24, 20 seconds behind Krantz. Svestad gains a little bit more. McNulty, even more so. I mean, nearly a minute gained. We put 10 seconds into Vlasov and Kus. But with Trago, we pick up half a minute on him. And Garzone was just another 30 seconds further back. But Piccioni, 5:49. So that does hurt his position quite a bit. And in the general, Martinez goes down a spot. Effectively 6th on the stage, and he loses ground. Buitrago still leads by 3.5 minutes. Krantz gets closer, though. Vlasov gets closer, though we got closer to him. McNulty, though, makes some serious progress. Vested Bardsing, that guy's on, +5s daily right now. He's been so strong the last few stages. Arnsman, Vine, there's your change. Okay, Vine was in the break. Vine gains a bunch of time in the breakaway today. That's exactly what we were trying to do with Piccioni until he crashed. Nordhagen. Has Nordhagen been here all along? Yeah, he's got an 80. Yeah, okay. Martinez is 3 seconds behind Nordhagen and has a 3-minute advantage on those behind him now. Garzone comes all the way up into 12th place with Piccioni falling to 15th. It's nice to have 3 guys, decently placed, but it's tough to get in and amongst these guys. And then, you're getting these breakaway types that make things more challenging. So. Another day in the saddle. It's stage 18 now, and things are changing here in these last stages. Let's begin with Garzone, whose fitness peak is done. His daily expected is now a -1. That's happened over the last couple of days as he's starting to get a little bit tired, losing his fitness. Piccioni is still expecting a daily +3. So actually he hasn't had it the last couple of days, and Ponemar is expected to have is he my 0 guy? Bausch is expecting a +3, so he's right on it. Martinez, +3, so actually he's had a good draw today, and with a lot of guys attacking, I still want to try to get Piccioni into the break to try to recover some time. So Piccioni, let's go forward. Chergai is expected to have a +3. He's got a +2. Overall, we've got a pretty negative draw, but the guy who counts at least has a +2 on his race day draw. Piccioni, there we go, Piccioni, let's attack. There's definitely getting to be too many guys going forward. Way too many guys. Right now, there's still no interest in chasing. The one big drop-off, as we are seeing some things happening here, but the major drop-off is, you know what, let's just sit on Gonzalez. So Gonzalez was just on his fitness peak. He was expecting +3s, and right at the end of it, he was expecting +1s. We saw the other day he had a -5, and it is because that very day, that was stage 16, 17 was the last sprint stage, but on that last stage, he ended the fitness peak and instantly triggered a severe fatigue. And so that totally flipped him. His expected is now a -4. He's drawn a -5, so he's got a negative. I've got a lot of negatives in the team today, well below what was expected. But again, at least Martinez has a +5, but it's going to be really hard to give him proper support at this point in time, as we're seeing such huge negatives within the team. But these guys are set. We've now got Quickstep in control and Piccioni in 17 +5. There's 25 guys away today on this 148 kilometer stage. Hopefully Piccioni can hang on, gain some time. Hopefully this stage, even on the last stage, a sprint stage, a breakaway of 4 ended up winning the stage by 4 or 5 minutes. So we've definitely hit that point in time where the field is no longer interested in chasing the break. But for now, 225 is all we have for a gap. So is that because of the size of the group? Is that because somebody's got eyes on the stage today? I don't know. For now, hopefully, at some point, this thing's going to blow up and come out to 7-8 minutes, and Piccioni won't crash on the final climb like last time. Well, let's speed things up and wait until we have some more action. We are about to hit the first of 2 big climbs on the day, with one smaller climb in between. This one, 18 kilometers, 6%. Nearly to the top of the climb here, and Adam Yates is the one doing all the work. Now to Barry, and now we're starting to see, with 1K to go, a group attacking, going for the KOM, and everybody else is getting left behind. We're going to attack late to try to bridge that gap, as I do not want to be getting away from this. Okay, can we relay here? Are these guys going to contribute? We're somehow 44 seconds behind and not gaining on them. Meanwhile, back here, everybody hits the top of the climb comfortably, but the gap opened significantly with the work, with the effort at the top. We've got 8 chasing 14, so we've got 22 guys coming back together. Piccioni went a bit deep, but for now we are sitting on. These guys are going to be fine. They're getting back up there. Nearly there. Should bridge that gap here soon. And we do need to think about water again. So let's go ahead. Well, not again. That would be the first time, but send Ponamar back. We don't want to leave Martinez alone. Alright, we now have 22 in the break, down from the 25 that it were. Those 3 are so low and far enough back that we should not expect to see them again. But again, the breakaway has exploded in terms of the gap because of the climb. The effort near the top of the climb has greatly increased the advantage, now out to 8 minutes. 144 in the Peloton, not too many riders off the back, and even Gonzalez is quite fresh at this stage as we hit the intermediate sprint. 500 meters, can we sprint and take 3 seconds? Is it too late for that? It's too late for that. Too late for that. I noticed that a bit too late. We could have picked up 3 seconds there. 3 seconds really aren't the answer. It's the minutes that can be gained from being in the break, though. So don't mind that we saved the energy. Those 3 seconds shouldn't matter. Though, isn't that the distance from Martinez from 8th place right now is 3 seconds. Funny as that is. We'll see if this group can pull out any additional advantage before the top of the next climb in the same sort of manner as we did before. I do kind of need to attack with the front group this time. I think we also need to jump back here for a second, and we are going to up that effort a little bit, and we're going to take McKellar instead to get water for the final time here. 2 climbs to go, but there's kind of a good window. The last 2 that were of the drop group eventually came together and are about to get reeled back in, so we're going to be down to just the 22 guys off the front. 6K to go to the top. The climb itself is short. We just kind of had that uphill section there for a while. Surprised that wasn't classified as like a Cat 4 or something. Surprised this is a Cat 2. Surprised it isn't like a 4 and a 3 or something. Okay, group's starting to split up. Piccioni trying to progress forward a little bit on this one. 1.7. Climbing well at the moment. Though a few guys have escaped off the front, but they're not the concern. It's getting with these guys that are chasing hard for the secondary points. There we go. Now we can sit on and recover. We can also just throw in an extra water. 15 chasing 5, so 20 left. 2 riders dropped. They're a minute 20 down and probably not going to come back. Good, one of them's in 19th, so he won't be gaining a bunch of time. And we hit the top here with everyone intact, with recovery coming enough to get everyone back in there. You're looking at 65 left in the Peloton, now 86 as a group regains contact. But Piccioni not doing bad here, and almost 8 minutes ahead. Oh, those front 5 are still 20 seconds up the road. That'll get recovered quite easily on the flat here. For now, though, it went out by an additional 4 seconds. All right, Gonzalez definitely feeling it. McKellar, Ponamar, you can see the in them, but these guys are looking quite fresh with 30K to go. So no threats over any of that, and this is finally back together. 20 riders left in contention for the stage. I don't care about the stage. I mean, sure, 10 seconds is nice, but for Piccioni, I am literally looking at maximizing our time gains, and he's definitely headed for some time gains. They've pulled back 40 seconds. That's it. We're still 7 minutes ahead. So Piccioni climbing at an 85, just hanging on for now. We are going to have to focus back on the group, so we're going to have to do some back and forth. This is annoying on that part to Barry. Baggioli. Hey, it's Baggioli. This is now suddenly turning into a attack and respond in small group or get dropped kind of thing. 13K. At some point we just need to climb our pace and go at it, as this group is losing any sense of organization. Going to sit on. Down to 622. And these guys are starting to climb. Yes, they are. Okay, Gonzalez is going to gel now before it's too late. And here comes the next attack. 3 guys go clear. All right, now Gonzalez. Definitely feeling it. We're down to 46. Bausch gets dropped. Really? At an 80, you're getting dropped? Come on, Bausch. This is why I don't like doing breakaways. Okay? Things like that happen. Bausch gets dropped for no reason at all because you can't manage both at the same time, and pausing back and forth gets really annoying. But desperate times call for desperate measures. We're down to 1 rider off the front. Piccioni hanging on just fine. Quantimer, I wanted to gel, but then I got distracted by what happened with Bausch. Gonzalez heading out. Garzone is just hanging on here. And I squeeze up and he goes backwards. Makes perfect sense. We need to protect our leaders, and this is not how you want to do that. McKellar, protect Garzone. Your guy. Go protect Martinez. Okay, just climb at your pace. You're not going to get back up there, Bausch. Come on, Garzone. Really? You just lost contact with Frigo, who has nothing left? Keller's done. Garzone, 9K. Checking back in. So Martinez, your guy is hanging on. We're okay there. Back up the road, Piccioni. We're chasing one that's Taberry, who attacked and went clear. 7K. Vlasov attacking Festad Bardsang with his 10,000 stamina. Garzone just back in contact barely, but 30. There's 30 riders here, and he's done. And he's got a -3. Pulling back breakaway riders. Speaking of breakaway riders, 3¼ minutes up the road for Piccioni. 5K to go. Gelling for him. Down to 26. And there's Buitrago. Chacone, Madawa. Madawas. Madaway to most. Berwick. Bagioli, there's Chergai going out the back, so Martinez now on his own. Martinez needs to gel, 5K to go. Hanging in there, 17. Chasing Vlasov, but Martinez, this is probably the move we want to be in, right? Can you follow that attack? Are you following that attack? Not really. Sit on with Krantz. Sit on with Krantz. That's good time gains right there. This group's split up a bit. Piccioni, 2.5K. Taberry is going to win the stage. Gall goes clear. Now Lekna soon chasing. Piccioni, 1.8K. Martinez hanging on with Krantz, but good gains to be had here, potentially. Sure guy. Yeah, you definitely want to sit on. And Garzone. Bausch on his own, sorry. There you go. Taberry wins the stage. Piccioni, 500 meters. Gall's going to take second. So we get dropped by a few guys here, but Leknasund, Foss, Piccioni is going to gain a couple minutes. That's good. And then that's here, right? That's on Krantz. Martinez, attack for the finish. Koos coming from behind. Bernal coming from behind, but Martinez is going to attack and gain a little something here at the finish line, last 300 meters. He's going to put a gap on these guys. Attacking right at the line. Finishing there, 19th on the stage. But a lot of that was breakaway riders. And including Piccioni this time. Chergai, 500 meters, hanging on, following, and now attacking himself. And then Garzone is already on his limit. Buitrago is just now approaching the line, 7.5 minutes down on the break, though. Gaps are going to be everywhere. This is really hard to judge, but there are big time gains and losses, and ultimately, I think we've had ourselves a good day. Piccioni, okay, fine, he doesn't win the stage, but he's going to gain a big chunk of time. Vieira is 5th, though. He's going to gain a big chunk of time. Carthy, I don't know where he was located, but I still think he was outside in the teens. But Vieira's going to be a dangerous one. Big gains there. And then Svestad Bardseng is a 13th. Vlasov was 14th. McNulty was 18th. Martinez was 19th. He's one of the highest GC finishers on this stage. But with times all over the place, there could be some big changes in the standings. I think Piccioni and Martinez, though, are going to have really good gains. Gonzalez finished 70th on the stage, so he's well out of the picture. Garzone, with his really poor race day condition and only finishing 48th, I think he's going to be out of the picture. So we're going to be down to Piccioni and Martinez in play. All right, so Tiberi had ridden up the road. He had gained 2 minutes. That came down a lot right at the end, but he still, hangs on comfortably. And so then the first gap starts in a minute with Gall, and Gall definitely won from the group. Piccioni at 2:18 means he kind of just held gap with Tiberi, and then a lot of guys got dropped from there. First, other than Vieira, who clearly had to have been in the breakaway. Had to, because the highest finisher was right here at 3:07. Svestad Bardseng, who's been just dominating this race in terms of the surprise result, best climber kind of stuff. And then Vlasov, 3:07 is where they come in. So Piccioni gains nearly a minute on those guys. The rest of this is all breakaway stuff. But again, breakaway gaining a few minutes is breakaway gaining a few minutes. And these are breakaway guys that got passed. There's McNulty at 4:03. So really, there's your top couple guys. And then McNulty, 1 minute down. Martinez, 11 seconds further back. And then Koos at 4:21. There's Krantz. We gained 24 seconds on Krantz, of all people, and Bernal for that matter. Back down the order. Oh boy. There's Jay Vine at 5:40. What was our time? 4:14. So minute and a half on Vine that we pick up today. And then Nordhagen also in that group. There's Chergai. We try to go 7:34. We gained over 3 minutes, almost 3.5 minutes on Buitrago. Okay, folks. Okay, moment of truth. Vlasov now leads this race. Buitrago is still in second, though. Half a minute down. McNulty is a minute behind. Krantz off the podium at a minute 10. Svestad Bardseng has climbed from outside of the top 10, out of nowhere, to over the last few stages. He's now climbed all the way into 5th place and is just a minute and a half from the race lead. Those top 5 are clearly the best placed, and it's going to be really hard to crack that top 5. Buitrago is going backwards now. Can he go further back? Maybe. But Jay Vine, he's still at 3:30, and that was all breakaway time from a couple stages ago. So he's another of those from way outside to suddenly being inside. Martinez has recovered all the way up to 7th position. The giant gap behind him isn't a giant gap behind him now, because he's overtaken Arnsman by a mere 8 seconds. Nordhagen by a minute and a half. Piccioni back into the top 10 in 10th place. And yes, we don't have anybody else anywhere near any longer. Garzone is down to 22nd, well behind. These two are in the top 10 and no longer breakaway kind of guys. They are back into contention, sitting in the pack guys and the ones we ride for. So do we send Garzone to the break, or do we just ride for these two now the rest of the way and hope that there's still some guys going backwards like Buitrago, like Vine, and potentially these two? If those 4 guys can slip backwards, maybe we can then climb into 5th position with Martinez. I think that's about the best we can hope for now. And Piccioni could still potentially be right there with him in 6th or 7th. But how much further can Buitrago fall? He's lost 7 minutes already, 7.5, 8 minutes, something like that. He's lost a lot, but he still has more than 5 minutes to Martinez. That's the thing. Massive gaps here and there, and just rapid changes to this thing. And there's clearly some guys that are very much in +5 form, and there's guys that have fallen off. Picture's changing rapidly. But we're back to 2 guys in the top 10 from everyone being totally out of it and well back. The gap is big in front. I mean, we're more than 4 minutes down to the next guy outside of Vine. Going to be difficult. But it has been difficult. We made gains anyway. That's going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. Not much left. That was stage 18, 19, 20, 21. Time trial is one of those. 3 to go, folks. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.